heard about the MIC sisters? Who hasn't read about Mother Delia's dream of children in the wheat field? We still even memorize how to spell Delia Tetro after years in grade school getting minus points for mistaking the order of vowels in her surname. Did you know that the MIC sisters were also licensed nurses? Or that they helped save so many lives in World War II? In honor of their 100 years in the Philippines, let's rewind and take a look at the sisters' incredible history. It all started with the MIC's remarkable foundress, Mother Delia Tetro. Back in 1909, the MIC sisters sent its first missionaries to China. Word about the sisters' work with education and healthcare reached all the way to the Philippines and caught the particular attention of Dr. Jose T. Hankey. When he heard more about how the sisters were helping a hospital in Canton, China, they immediately sent out a message from Manila to Canada. When Mother Delia read the request, she knew it was perfectly aligned with MIC's mission of serving the poor and reaching out to those who have never known Christ. 5 sisters were then assigned to their first mission in the Philippines and became in charge of the Chinese General Hospital and New School of Nursing. The sisters grew close to the families of their patients and started teaching and visiting their homes in Binondo. These first few students inspired the foundation of Immaculate Conception Anglo-Chinese Academy. With 40 pupils, it became the first Chinese Catholic school in the country. But it was not a smooth journey for the MIC sisters. In 1941, World War II hit. When Japanese planes bombed Pearl Harbor, President Quezon ordered the closure of schools, and the sisters were put on house arrest. 3 years later, Japanese soldiers arrived at the MIC school and announced that all missionaries were to be transferred to the internment camps. Together with 1,500 other detainees, the sisters had no beds, no seats, and were lucky if they had one decent meal a day. Despite their own feelings of hunger and despair, the sisters became a source of light in these camps. If they weren't taking care of the sick, the sisters spent hours praying for the war internees. Just hearing their beautiful singing voices was enough to give some hope to their fellow prisoners. When the war ended, it would have made sense for the sisters to go back to their homes in Canada. But the idea of escaping never occurred to them. All they could think about was their mission in their adopted country, the Philippines. They weren't going to give up when they had only barely begun. This period of the MIC sisters' reconstruction proved that they were really just getting started. Mission after mission, the sisters were breaking ground wherever they went. They ran St. Joseph's Parochial School in Las Piñas for 25 years and founded ICA Manila in Tondo. Missions were accepted in Mati, Baguio, Bulacan, and Mindoro. In Davao City, they even established Our Lady of Good Counsel, a boarding center for young women coming to study in the city. Years later, the MIC started an orphanage at the back of the center to take care of abandoned children from 1 to 12 years old. After decades of trailblazing work around the country, the Jesuit fathers invited the MIC sisters for a special mission. The Jesuits, who ran a school for Chinese Filipino boys in Echague Street, Quiapo, constructed a school in Little Baguio, and they wanted to put up a girls' school in the same area. In June of 1960, the MIC sisters welcomed girls from Intramuros, and decades later, this would evolve into ICA Greehills, the hallowed halls that would become so many girls' second home at 10 Grant Street.
The only thing that gave me courage to say yes to religious life was because I experienced how much God loved me. God was so real, I fell in love with God. And so it was that 45 years ago, I knocked at the MIC door in San Francisco, California, and I entered. Since then, my life as an MIC missionary has been a journey of growth and challenges, of discovering myself and doing things I never thought possible. Receiving and sharing God's love with people in different mission countries have been energizing and life-giving. In God, I found my meaning and fulfillment in life. Now in 2021, our MIC sisters will celebrate the 100th year of missionary presence in the Philippines. It is a time for remembering, a time to give thanks. As an ICAN, I am deeply grateful to all our MIC sisters who have given themselves so generously to share God with us. And I think especially of the early MIC pioneers who left their homeland to start the mission here. I give thanks for the missionary spirit of Venerable Mother Delia Tetra. She had a dream. She said, "What better way to give thanks to God than to bring Him children from all over the world who would also sing God's praises." We ICANs, we are Mother Delia's dream come true as we continue to live the MIC legacy and ICA spirit to proclaim God's goodness as grateful and thankful women of faith, excellence, and service. To Jesus, through Mary, we give thanks indeed.